Hello, my name is Kevin and welcome to the Love Decanters channel. So this is part 5 of my visit to Click Antiques in Northampton. It's my local antique centre and it's a real good one, and so there's lots of film. In this part I'm going to revisit something I saw in part 3. It was something I didn't know what it was, it confused me a bit, I was trying to work it out. And then Steve, thank you, he sent me, or Stephen I should say, because he was called himself Stephen, he sent me a couple of pictures and it all made sense, you know, and I thought, yeah, you're right, I've seen that before, I've seen it in pictures. I haven't been able to re-find it in pictures, but I have seen it in pictures. And so, yeah, so I'm re-showing that bit and showing you the pictures that he sent me, so you'll see what I mean. It made sense, but with that said, let's get on and have a look at some glass. Nice ball here. I think this is Jobling. I can't get inside it. You can only see the price, but I think it is. But I can look that up. There's a nice iridescent. It's not a Jack in Pulpit. I don't know what you'd call that kind of vase. If you look, it's got foliage base and everything. Looks kind of bohemian. I'll I'll go through some of the bohemian stuff and see if I can find it. It's unlikely. Oh, I just noticed something in front next to it. Look at this here. With the flowers on it. Yeah, it's got bits missing off it. I have no idea. That might be something I can find as well. I'm not certain. I've seen something similar, but there's chunks of it missing, which is not helping me. So I started by just typing in Jobling fur cone, because I thought that was the name of the pattern. And obviously the first thing that pops up is 20th century glass. So you go to 20th century glass and this is what you get. It's got some nice, it always has good pictures. It's pattern number 5000 apparently, or catalogue number 5000, and he's also giving you a book reference, Collector's Guide to Jobling 1930s Decorative Glass. I don't have that book. I probably should, but there's a limit to what you can buy. Anyway, I thought if you go back here, we'll go 20th century glass. So let's go Scottish Antiques, because they're the next reference on there. So click on them. They have a bowl, £85 they've got it for. Let's say Jobling, period George V, date 1935. Origin Weir Flint Glassworks, Sunderland, England. Yeah. So glass type Jobling opaque glass. It's given a reg number as well. This 777153, which is different from being a catalogue number, because the other one was a catalogue number, so that's different. So reg number is what it's kind of like it's patent number for the design to stop anybody else from copying it. So that's a different number. And I also then thought, let's go to the next one, which was the Glass Museum, and they had this, which is not very they're not specifically highlighting it as a thing, but what they do have is Jobling plate pattern number 5000, so they've got that number. Launch from its launch in 1930, Jobling extended glass. So they're not actually saying what year this pattern was from, but it's got to be post 1932, because that's when Jobling was launched as a company. It's part of the Greener, or it was Greener, and then it got renamed, I think, or something like that. Let's just see what actually it's got a timeline down here. Oh no, name changed to James A. Jobling in 1921, so it was Greener originally. greener. Anyway, you've got a whole timeline here. So you get different things from different references, and you could write your own small book by going through all of these bits and pieces. What I did want to do, though, is see what else is in the range, and the way to do that is go from here, click on images, which I've done here, and you can see more. It's different shape bowls. So this bowl is kind of like that shape. This one's more rounded, and there's one that's more turned in. So there's at least 3 different shapes here. Look, see that one's turned in, that one's more rounded, and then there's a flatter one. So, and then you've got green, and you've got, yeah, and it looks like it, and you've got frosted green, and you've got amber, and is there clean amber, and you've also got it in vases. I don't know if that is, that says that's fir cone as well. So we've also got it on a stand with a hole drilled in it. You can see there's all sorts of different things. You've got an opaque green. So there's all sorts of things going on. One of the problems here is that there's a young lady called Anna Jobling, and she starts to appear in a lot of the pictures going forward. So as we scroll our way down, this lady starts to appear quite a lot. Obviously, a lot of people are interested in this lady. But anyway, you can see this one here with the frilly edge. Oh, and so we've seen opaque, the frosted amber, and they've got a clear amber as well. See, I don't think I stopped because it's just, yeah. Anyway, that's different. I don't think that's what it is, though. That's something else altogether. Yeah, they're starting to see things that are not bits of glass that are not this pattern. So I think we're done now. So yeah, there you go. It looks like it's 1935. We've got a patent number. We've got a catalogue number. We've got info about the company too. The website we're looking at is kralicglass.com. And yeah, so you've got these ones here. And yeah, the one we were looking at, the opalescent bars, a lot of the applique stuff is broken off. But if you look at something like this, there's no exact shape match for it, but if you look at this, the features of it, it has the coloured rim and the ribs, and it's opalescent. And the way the plants are and everything, to me, I think this is what we're looking at. I think it's this acrylic applied fruit. We can see bits of red things stuck on it that are a bit more like this shape actually, as opposed to the balls. But yeah, it's difficult. I mean, some of these are this vase here, which is close. It's got a bit of ribbing, but it's still got the rib, the green rim. So yeah, I think it's this. I'm not certain. The other one, the green one, the closest I can see, is still acrylic, because I've been through this whole website, through all the decors in here. This is the closest thing to it I've seen, and I don't think it's this. It could be, but the flower looks similar, and that's all I can really say about it. The texture of it, the look of it, it doesn't have that green shimmer or anything like that. So yeah, I don't think it's this. So it's probably Bohemian, but I can't really say that in with assurance, because it could be somebody copying this style. Check out the iridescent bowl there. If I get in close, if I can use my zoom here, look at the surface. Can you see? Yeah, that's a good thing. Unfortunately, I can't see any labels, but yeah, that is a good thing. Well, it looks like a Bohemian piece of glass, the bowl, the iridescent bowl that we were looking at. And I've been through the whole of the Kralik Glass website, which has got that kind of Art Nouveau with a lot of iridescence. You can see like this and this and this, but I can't see any. This is the lowest section. I can't see any in any of them that would match that bowl. Usually when you see that kind of thing, Lotes is the name that people throw against the wall and see if it will stick. So I just did some Google searching against Lotes bowl. That didn't work. Tried Lotes Iridescence. That didn't work either. I'm just trying to show you how badly I'm failing here, that's all. And then I thought, okay, there is a Lotes website. It's trying to help you ID their glass. They have their decors A to Z, which has even more than the Kralik website. And yeah, it's not here, so I don't think it's Lotes. It could be some no mark Bohemian company that's, you know, disappeared under the waves without anybody really acknowledging that it was there. It's a very nice thing. Technically, I think that's very difficult to do, where it looks, I don't know how they would throw the salts into the leer to create the iridescent, and then reheat it and press it out a bit more to create the crackle effect on the surface with the iridescence. That's quite interesting task. So yeah, it's an interesting bowl from that point of view, in that the technique that they've used to create that iridescence and then to make it break apart like that. That's the only way I can think it would be done. And yeah, I don't think that's easy, but there's nothing that's like that in here. So yeah, don't think it's that then. Dartington Daisy Vase. This is the less standard one. It's like a little tall one. Can you see? It's got written on it. Yeah. I will try and find that one. The book we're looking at is Dartington Glass, The First 20 Years by Linda and Stuart Smithson. And I think they've got three sizes. I think it's this middle one, which is 145 millimeters, or 14.5 centimeters if you want to do that, or 5 3/4 inches. Anyway, yeah, it's called a daisy vase, so I got that bit right. And yeah, and it comes in clear, midnight, kingfisher, and flame. And the three colours they've got here are the flame, midnight, and kingfisher. So yeah, there you go. And oh, and the year is 1968. Now, I did try to find this online. Just thought, let's do something different. Let's not go to the book, this book in particular, because it's such a good reference. Let's see, is there anything online? And it was very poor, to tell the truth. This book is the best reference around. And there was even a auction site that had sold some of these vases, and they were saying they were 1969, so they didn't even have the year right. So yeah, get this book before they sell out. Occasionally see something I might even recognise. There's not even glass, and this hasn't got written on the base. Yeah, so I do recognise this. This is Faience de Thule. Yeah, I know stuff sometimes. Yeah, when it's antiques, either you know or you don't know. And generally with ceramics, I don't, but I do recognise this look. Faience de Thule. I think we've got it. I think these are pretty well. And vintage Belgian pottery. Yeah. So yeah, I quite like those. So I thought I would prove that I do know something. So I typed in Fiancerie de Thulin and had a quick scroll, and after much scrolling I found this vase here. It's on Catawiki, but unfortunately it's gone from Catawiki, but the images are still there, and I believe this is the same. So different dripping. If you look at it, everything's got drippiness on it. Yeah, that's their shtick, so to speak, creating this I can't remember what it's called, but when you flambe style pottery, I don't think it's actually heated to the same level as you'd get with some of the flambe ones you get. But anyway, because the pottery is a bit lighter. But anyway, this is this is the same mould, I believe, as the vase that we were looking at. So if we look at it here, it's, see here, yeah, and it's got, I think, similar writing underneath it. Yeah, so this is it. Unfortunately, it's on sale at Catawiki, and it's sold. Fiancé de Thulin, Art Deco, vase, blah, 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 in Dutch. I think this is, because I tried to click through and it popped up in Dutch. Yeah, it's Catawiki is like higher value eBay. It sells art goods. I don't think they can be under €100. So it's a European thing. So you know that everything on there is going to be €100 plus, and it's an auction house, an online auction house for slightly. You wouldn't say top end, because obviously €100 is not top end, but has to be good things. So if this is on Catawiki, the starting price for this particular vase would be €100. So there you go. I was just about to click away and I spotted another vase out of the same mould here. This one here. Can I click that up? Oh yes, it does. So you can see it's the same shape with this hexagonal ribbed body, bulbs, and then a little foot down here. And you can see a whole bunch of their other things. This is a Dutch website. You can see the writing's all in Dutch here, and yeah, they've put in €45 to €60 for the whole lot on here, but it was in 2015. Don't know what kind of change there would be now for that, if it's more sought after or less. This piece here is quite cool. I like that. The rest of this is quite nice as well, but that's obviously the best bit there. Anyway, all of this is listed as Thulin, as they've just called it here. Thulin Aardwerk, Bestand ut, whatever. Anyway, and it says Vases, so it's got vases in it as well. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, it's here again, and they're saying it's Thulin. So I've got two references for that vase shape saying it's Thulin. Getting into this bit here, it's got a whole bunch of Medina glass. I don't have any references, so I'm not going to show you anything. Isle of Wight, the Caroline collection. Oh, Allen Bay. Yeah. Yeah, the whole Michael Harris thing went to Malta, started Medina, and other factories fell out of that as well, and then went to Isle of Wight and started making glass there too. So these are the, see, in San, you've got, obviously it's an antique centre, so we've got seahorses, there's two, big one and a small one, and yeah, and this is the kind of thing, it says Metallic signed Paul Sade. So Paul Sade was, I think he was apprenticed to or learned from Michael Harris, and went off and created his own factory, and they made a lot of these knotty things. This is interesting as well because the look of it, it's got Medina written on, but it looks like Phoenician. They do a pattern like that as well, so they're all into it, and that Phoenician is also Maltese. Then you've got this, and this is the nicest bit here, I think. The price has got £30 on it. Isle of Wight, is it marked? But that is really sweet. That lovely pattern, I think. I don't collect Isle of Wight, but if I did, for £30, I think that would be coming home with me. So the glass that we were all looking at there was all Michael Harris related, in that Michael Harris moved to Malta, set up the Medina Glassworks, and other glassworks are born out of it. Matafa was one of them, Phoenician was another, Gozo. Anyway, he then left. I think some political machinations came about, and he left Malta, moved to the Isle of Wight, set up a new glass studio there, and then you have the Isle of Wight glass. So what I thought I would do, because I went to 20th Century Glass, and the two kind of different looking Isle of Wight pieces there were not there, so I thought let's do some searching, and I've learned something about Isle of Wight glass, in that your chances of finding, there's some of the things are of a look, a bit like the Medina stuff, where you get things that look like what you're looking at, but then there's so much unique stuff that's coming out. I mean, that will probably never reappear again. There's so much of it, as in different kinds of things. It's just, I'm a bit boggled by it, actually, because I've never really looked at it this way. You spend some, you see the odd piece and you go, yeah, it's got the label on it, blah blah blah, and when you try to go, can I find it in amongst a whole bunch? So this is all labelled as Isle of Wight glass, and those two pieces, I can't find them. Or anything, either the same pattern or the shape. So I am completely, it's stopped now. And I thought, okay, let's go eBay. So there's about, I think there's about 1,000 pieces on here, or there's hundreds of pieces, and I've been through the whole lot, and I'm back in the same boat. There's so many different things that they did, patterns and shapes. It's art. I mean, look at this. This is all really kind of unique stuff. I've seen this before. It's called Jazz with this look, and I've seen one other piece that Mark Hill showed at a demonstration. There's a bit of it there, and I think there's might be like one other bit of it in all of this. So yeah, it's interesting stuff, but your chances, I mean, that piece looks like a piece of Medina. It's just all different stuff, and so much of it is right here because they've got labels on it. I mean, there's quite a few bits that look like this, but and they were still doing these axe vases or fish vases, depending on who you're talking to. So some of the things are like the things they were doing. This is like a piece of Phoenician. This is too. There's just so many different things here. It's just off the charts, really, for what they're doing. You see some bits with these streaky bits in. I've seen some more of that in there. But then you see something like this, which I've not seen that before. Just going through it, you just see so many bits that are just not like anything else there. It just goes on and on and on. There's hundreds. So yeah, Isle of Wight is a really difficult subject, is what I'm going to say. And pinning things down and saying it's definitely Isle of Wight without the label on it is going to be a bugger, to tell the truth. So yeah, very interesting, proper art glass, because clearly, I mean, I've got 240 on a page here, and I've got 4 pages worth, and it just goes on and on and on. You just see more and more different stuff, and this is, I'm quite intrigued by it. I'm gonna keep scrolling on this stuff, and I'm gonna learn some of these patterns and maybe try and pick some bits up, and try and also differentiate what's valuable and what's not valuable, because like that's not valuable, obviously, but then that's £125, that's 115. There's a couple of pieces here that are hundreds. So yeah, that's going to be interesting to pick out and see. Look, yeah, these jazz pieces like this is like the little thing we were looking at earlier, proper money.
So some of the bits are kind of like their standards, and then some of them stand away and are a lot more valuable. And this is the kind of thing where your chance is, as someone that's going out and collecting, this is your chance to cash in, pick out some of the more interesting bits. See, this is not super valuable, but it's still 90 quid on here. So yes, some of the patterns seem to step away price wise. The jazz ones seem to be, and I think there's a few others on here where the prices are stepping away a bit, and you need to figure out what they are, and if you're in the glass dealing business, because looks to me there's money to be made here.
Got a cedar bone bud vase here, but it's got the label on it. They never say a cedar, they just say Swedish Art Glass, and then it's got this CH, which is, I can't remember the name of the importer, Charles something, who was importing Scandinavian glass. But yeah, you see that quite often, just says Swedish Art Glass.
We're looking at a page from the Acida 1971 to 73 catalogue, downloaded from the Mats Linder website, and here we go. Here are the little bone vases, bud vases, whatever you want. Some people call them bone vases. I don't like that. They're bud vases. I think it's because they look like a femur or something. Yeah, but anyway, they're bud vases, and they're not uncommon, but it's not very often that you'll see them with any kind of label on, even though that one didn't say a cedar, it just said it was Swedish Art Glass. I think it was a retailer's label.
Some stuff here. I think these are Dima or somebody like that. Sometimes they're French. If you need to check the cars, because sometimes there's a bunch of French cars that look very similar. But this is interesting. Piece of pressed glass, not seen before, which is a dish in a bowl in one. But my chances of finding it are low.
So I've tried to find those tumblers. I thought they might be Dima or Ravenhead. I don't think they're Ravenhead, because Ravenhead tumblers from that period had 3 colours from what I've seen in the book, and these have got 4 or 5. No, I think it's 4. There's yellow, green, red, white, and black. Oh, that's 5. Yeah, 5. So that's way off beam for it to be Ravenhead then. So yeah, this is all I've been able to find. It doesn't tell me anything really. Is Etsy the font of all knowledge? And critical reference, no, they don't believe Etsy. Just says the 1970s. They probably are. I used to have little plastic toys that look like these. They all fell to pieces, but yeah, this is all I've been able to find. So, and 20 quid. It's £22.40 for 6, and I think they've got other sizes here because there's a couple of other sales, but from the same people, because the backgrounds are all the same. So yeah, I've not been able to pin them down. They're saying 70s, but their guessing is as good as mine. So I was looking at something in part 3, and it was a bit strange, and I couldn't figure it out. And I will show you it again. So I'm just going to rerun a piece of film and stop it. And then, it's not filmed very well because I'm not used to the camera, and also it was above head height, and I'm struggling with it a bit, so I need to change some things. I know that. But anyway, I'm going to show you this bit of film of this piece of Victorian glass, which is like a comport, but it's got like a hole in the top and a hollow foot, which really threw me. But someone has sent me some pictures of one that they own just the same and shown me how it's supposed to be. So I will show you a bit of film, and then I'm going to show you some pictures. So here we go. This is the same vase with the hollow foot and everything, and the hole running right through the middle. Yeah, and he's got this. It's an Ebon, and then he shows you what he does with his Ebon. Yeah, ta-da! Now that I've seen this, I've not seen this as the real thing, but I know I've seen pictures of this, and it makes sense. Suddenly, it kind of like, I saw that and I went, yeah, it's supposed to have a vase coming out of the middle of it, because I've seen that before. So it's like a fruit bowl with it's like something for the table to make the table look flash. And if you look at the plants on it, the sort of like ferny look to them and everything, that really puts it in that period, 1870 to 1900. That's when sort of like ferns and this kind of etched work was popular. It might be a little bit later, but yeah, it's around that period. It's most likely around that period, I should say. So thanks for Stephen for sending me these pictures. And look, here's some of the rest of his glass collection in the background here.
So I hope you enjoyed that. Yes, there's loads more glass where that was. Yeah, loads more. So I'm not exactly sure how many more parts there are going to be. Yeah, so and the prices are good as well. A lot of people are telling me, I'm looking at those prices and it's a really good place, and it is a really good place. I've bought a lot of things there. So with that said, all the references I use will be in the description below. All the contact details for Click Antiques will be in the description below, and please remember to like and subscribe. It really helps my channel. I do want to get to the magic 1,000. I don't know when that's going to happen. I've got to stop saying getting to the magic 1,000, because I'll probably be saying for most of the rest of the year. But anyway, thank you for watching. Have a good night. Good night.